How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today, Denver? Let me hear you louder. How y'all doing today, Denver? I am excited, baby. I am excited. We are in Denver, Colorado, man. Wow. All I wanted was a shot, baby. All I wanted was a shot. Guys, first off, let me get something off my chest. Denver, Colorado is cold as hell. Oh my God. I am grateful. I seen snow for the second time. First time was in Burlington, North Carolina. That was awesome. Huge shout out to Andy Albright and Jane Albright. Thank you so much for putting this together for us. We couldn't be here without y'all. Thank you so much for Crystalline and for being with me for 6 years. I love you. And my mentors, Andy Riddle and Big Mike. I can't see y'all, but I appreciate you guys, man. Everything you guys have done for me, how you guys have came through for me. I couldn't do it without you, man. I couldn't do it without you. So, guys, I get the chance to chat with you guys about annuities. Who's ready to take some notes? Who's ready to talk about this, okay? And I want to talk to you guys about this in a way where we can kind of have a conversation too. You with me? So I want you to ask questions after I'm done chatting. And but I want to tell you a little bit about myself, all right? So before the Alliance, I used to work for a call center. I used to sell Medicare supplements for Aetna, and I used to do that from 9 to 5. And after I did that, I used to hit my Uber and Lyft button. I used to drive from 6 o'clock in the afternoon to, I would say 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, man. You know, I was raised by 3 beautiful women, God-fearing women, who taught me about work ethic. And here's what they taught me, okay? They taught me that hard work ethic could be skill any time of the day. And if I would just focus on working hard, I would get what I want. And it was crazy, man, because I kept working. I didn't stop working. I had 3, 4 jobs, and I would never make over $40,000 a year. It made no freaking sense to me. I was like just running hard nowhere fast. You know what I'm saying? And thank God for the Alliance, because it's opened doors in the past 6 years that I can't even explain, man. I'm a first-generation American. I'm a first-generation American, y'all. Do you know what that means to me? Do you know what that means to me? Let me explain something to you. My mama is an immigrant. My mama's from Nicaragua. My mama could not even, it don't matter how hard she worked, she could not have the opportunities that I could as an American. I am in the land of the free, the home of the brave, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. I would see my mama work, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every single day, come home at 12 a.m., midnight. And I would see her struggle and struggle. She had her own catering business. And even though I saw her working, guys, it just made no sense. We never got out the struggle. And I didn't want that for my life. My mama was deported when I was 13 years old. Devastated me. Devastated me. My grandmother had to step in and take care of my siblings and I. And I quickly realized, guys, that I started becoming a statistic that I never wanted to be. And so I worked hard. I worked hard out of pride. I worked hard out of rebellion because I was fighting against a statistic. You know what I'm saying? Can anybody relate? Have you ever been in a situation where they're pointing fingers at you and calling you a statistic and you can't even control it? So what do? Thank God for the Alliance, man. Thank God that the system has given us a shot. You know, so I started chatting a lot with Andy Riddle, and he taught me these mindsets, man. How to become profitable in this business on the seller side. You know, how to pick up a check. How to get emergency response systems. How to get annuities. How to recruit across the table. And you know what? I became pretty good at the first 2. but I was struggling with annuities. And that's something I want to talk to you. Before I start talking to you about annuities, I'm giving you all this because, guys, a lot of times the reasons why we don't pick up of annuities is because of our preconceived notions. The way we think about them. We think nobody got no money. I'm talking to you new agents, you feel me? I'm talking to people that are just starting, that are like just leaving money in the table because you're thinking people ain't got no money because that's the way I thought. Can anybody relate? You know, you go to these, trailer parks. You go to these homes where the cats are pissing all over the floor. Y'all can smell the ammonia in the air. You know, you go to these homes where I don't know about like other states, but in the state of Florida, there's a lot of like nude trailer parks. You go to these trailer parks, man, they're not wearing anything, and you're prejudging them. You know what I'm saying? So like, get your mind right, because the way Bryan Rojas thinks, Terry Edwards thinks is, everybody got some money. Everybody got some money, baby. You with me? Where that though? So let's talk about it. What I want to teach y'all a couple things is what is an annuity and how does Terry, like how do I get the check? How do I get the annuity? How do I do that? There are things that I'm doing and I just want to share my mindset, what I do, how I operate, okay guys? So the first thing is, raise a hand real quick. If you're less than 3 months with us and you don't know what an annuity is, raise your hand real quick. Cool. So I'm talking to y'all, okay? This calls for y'all. So an annuity is very simple, very basic. It's nothing but a savings account with an insurance company. You with me? It's a savings account with an insurance company that has zero risk of loss and makes some interest. That's simple, man. It's that simple. So why is this important? Y'all, if y'all don't know this, last year, people lost over 20% in their retirement accounts. So that means if you had $100,000 in some sort of retirement account that was exposed to the market, you lost $20,000. See what I'm saying? So that means if you had $1 million in an account that was exposed to the market, you lost $200,000. Does that make sense? So why do we do what we do? So we can service our clients, so they don't have to lose all that money. That's how simple that is. All right? That's all you need to know. No need to complicate it. Don't try to be the expert. Because the expert is Chris Norris. Bryan Rojas is going to show you how to move emotions. That's all I know how to do, okay? I sell emotions. I don't sell no insurance. All right? So here's the thing. Is this thing working here? The Elmo? Who's seen this before? Oh, yeah. Here's the problem. I agree with that. Whoever made that statement. That's where the money's at. The problem is most people don't know how to use it. So it does no good to know that this is where the money's at if you don't know how to use it. This is a tool, and I want to show you how I use this tool, okay? So let's talk about this. This right here is where I'm going to start finding the money. Now, Terry, I'm just going to talk to you, bro. So like last year, I noticed one thing, that people that turn age 70 and they got some money somewhere, they got to take some sort of required minimum from that account. So I started playing that game. I started assuming, and I started framing my questions around that. And I started flipping money like crazy, y'all. So here's what I started doing. I started asking people this question right here. It wasn't a question, actually. It was a statement. The statement I'm making right here is, let's dissect your income. And the reason I'm asking that is, when I used to ask this question, people would just tell me they make $2,000 a month from the Social Security. But when I started actually acting like I knew that they had some money somewhere else, there's no way that they could hide it. Does that make sense? So here's how I would start asking the questions right here. Hey, what are you bringing home a month from your Social Security income? That's the first question. They would say something like $900, right? Here's where it started getting good. What are you bringing home a month from your pension? And they would ask me, how do you know I got a pension? Everybody got a pension.
That's right. That's right.
Just act the part, y'all. Does this make sense? I'm showing you how to find the money.
Okay.
I'm trying to show you how to find the money by the questions I'm asking, by the way I'm framing the questions. And then the last question that I would ask is, hey, what are you bringing home from your investments?
Yeah.
And then they would ask me here, what are you talking about? I'm like, you know, your IRAs, your annuities, your stocks, your mutual funds. And they would tell me a number. So once they would tell me a number, my ears would perk up. Because now I knew I found some money, bro. So it's easier for me right here, to catch it. Now it's easier for me to come down and ask this questions right here. Hey, you said you're bringing home, $2,000 from your, or $300 a month from your investments. What is that? Like, is it an annuity, an IRA? What is it? And I would let them tell me. Something like an IRA or a brokerage. And I would just start, and I'd leave that alone, okay? Because I'm trying to follow the system. I'm trying to just put a name to it, so later on I can come back. Because the other thing too is, guys, you got to follow the system. What I mean by that is, remember what we're there for. You feel me? You're there because they filled out a card that they wanted some life insurance. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm worrying about the life insurance first, but I want to see, and I want them to show me that they got some money. Y'all with me? Am I losing y'all or? All right, cool. So after each source of income that they're telling me, guys, I'm giving them space for them to answer to me. I'm not moving fast. Okay. See what I'm saying? So like when I'm asking, hey, what are you bringing home from your Social Security income? I give them space, man. I'm being low key. I'm being smooth.
Yeah, you are.
All right? I'm asking them, okay, what about your pension? What do you bring home in pension? Sometimes they tell me I don't have any pension. I'm like, okay, cool. What about your investments? And that's where the money starts coming in, okay? Now, what I'm doing here is, the reason I'm asking is I'm allowing them to internally take notes. I'm taking notes that, the client has some money here, So I need to make the sell for the life insurance, and now I need to come back to that money. So when I find somebody that has money, I like to do these three things.
Okay, help us out, Bryan.
Number one, I make the client the star of the show.
That's right.
Okay, now look, we had just got done talking that the average American don't have no $500 in their savings account. These people have $20, $30, $40, $50, $100,000. I want to edify them for that.
That's right.
And I kind of give them a dab. Like, congratulations. Seriously. The discipline it takes to just hold that money and not use it. So I do that, but then I ask them this question right here. What's the purpose? Why are you saving this money? Like, are you trying to use it for your retirement, or are you trying to leave it for the kids? Or are you trying to leave it for the spouse? I want to know why they would be so disciplined to save this money. That's important because I'm going to use that as a tie back.
That's right.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm taking mental notes because I want to know what they care about so I can use that when I bring Chris in.
All right.
Y'all with me? Cool. So let's talk about this. I learned real fast. I learned real fast that I had to learn how to act when I found some money. Because when I first started, man, I would go into these homes, right, and I would prejudge them, just like some of us do around here. And I'd prejudge them, and I'd say, man, these folks ain't got no money, man. I'm gonna do something stupid so I can get up out of here. But then they'd tell me they got like 100,000, and my butt would clench. I'm like, whoa. And my leg would start shaking. I'm like, say what now? And it's not just me. I got multiple witnesses around here that their butt clenches too. Don't play with me. I ain't the only one. Y'all judgmental as hell, man. But I'm telling you, when you hear when somebody got some money, bro, your butt's gonna clench. That's just a normal reaction. But here's the problem, right? If you don't know how to act right, you're gonna kill the sale right there. Just make it a nonchalant thing. When you hear somebody got some money, just relax, be cool. Cuz would like to say like a duck. What you say, cuz? Like a duck in the water. Just be very smooth, even though underneath you're flapping. You know what I'm saying? Just relax, you know? Just find out why they have that money, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Just relax. You gotta learn how to act. The other thing about acting too, man, is depending on where they have their money, I'm saying different things about that. Like, for example, I'll give you an example, right? If a client has money and a checking account, like a lot of money, talking about like 50, 100,000, 200,000 in a checking or savings account or an IRA, y'all know that that money is not making any interest, right? Y'all know that, right? So I want to know why they have that money there. Because for me, it makes no sense. So the way I do that is I play with my eyebrows. And I just ask them, why do you have so much money in your bank account? Why do you have so much money in your IRA? And then they ask me, and they tell me, why, is that bad? I'm like, I don't know, what are you trying to do with it? I mean, it just makes no sense to me. Explain it to me. But I'm doing that, and I become a little bolder in that area because for me, like there's better options, right? But they don't know that I'm coming up and hitting them with this annuity stuff, right? So the way I do that, I'm like, look, what are you trying to do with it? Oh, I'm trying to leave it to the kids. I'm like, well, if you can leave more for the kids, is that something you'd be interested in? Remember how I said I make them the star of the show? I'm not saying, well, if we can help you make more money on your money, why don't you have a talk with Chris? That's not what I do. I'm like, yo, if you could improve what you already have, would you be interested? I'm asking that question because that's an answer that they're always going to say what to. I made it simple for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do typically when I see money in certificate deposits or in IRAs or in a savings account. It's just the interest is too low. We can do so much better from. But I frame it in a way that like I make them think that they thought of it, if that makes sense. If you could improve what you already have, would you be interested? Now, when it comes to stocks and mutual funds and like Roth IRAs and all that stuff, I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all. When I first started, I didn't know how to read that stuff. Can y'all relate? Yes. Okay, so I had to figure out, I knew I was leaving money on the table, y'all. I just didn't know what to do to set up an appointment with Chris. Everybody kept telling me, set up an appointment with Chris, set up an appointment with Chris. I'm like, how do I do it? Help me, please. How? So here's what I would do. Once I found out that I had money in either an account that goes up or down, and they would bring out the statements, I'd just look at the statements and act like I knew what I was looking at. You don't have to know this stuff. You don't have to read it. That's what Chris is there for. But I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do because I want you to get more annuities a month. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Just say this. Looks interesting. That's all you got to do. And then follow up with the question that I just showed you earlier on. Yo, if you could improve what you have, would you be interested? So, like, guys, this is how I wrote $2.7 million last year. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to make it hard. Here's another thing, too. Yo. So here's the thing. Mike Harley was telling me this morning. I'm like, you know why you're so good at annuities? I'm like, why, Mike? It's like, because you got more appointments than other people. I'm like, I could not agree more, bro. That's exactly why. I get more shots on goal. The one reason why Stephanie Rodriguez and Bryan Rojas and Terry Edwards has more annuities than people, they give themselves an opportunity. Would you give yourself an opportunity? Would you book more appointments, please? You're going to find some money by default. See what I'm saying? So, like, look, it's okay if you don't know how to read statements. That's not what you're there for. You're there to move a person from here to here. You're there to protect a person. That's your job, okay? You don't have to be an expert in everything. Just be an expert on how to move their hearts. See what I'm saying? Improve what they have. That's it, man. You see what I'm saying? All right. I just keep asking the same question because I keep getting the same answer I want. When I ask that question, guys, it just makes it simple for me to then book an appointment with Chris. That's it. Once they say yes, Hutch, once they say yes to that question, now I'm just able to go into the app and book an appointment with BAM. That's how simple it is. See what I'm saying? Now, when I'm asking this question, I like that Steph, because I was running this by Stephanie. I'm asking this question with assertiveness. I don't hesitate with it. I'm not weird about it. Because if you're weird about it, you're going to lose the appointment for Chris. That's where I was messing up a lot. I would start studying, all right, here, let me log into the app. You know what I'm saying? Just be assertive. Just be assertive. You know what I'm saying? They got the money, they got the statement. Hey, if you could improve what you have, would you be interested? Now, when talking with Chris, man, when you bring Chris up, I love what Marcusetta said. Learn how to edify somebody. Learn how to edify somebody. You know, when I talk about Chris, I say, hey, you need to talk with Chris. Guess what they tell me? That's right. Who's Chris? And then I use the eyebrows again. You don't know who Chris is? You don't know who Chris is. Like, and they're appalled by like they feel like they should know who Chris is. You know what I'm saying? So they say, no, I don't know who that is. Who is that? So I'm like, he's like the Chuck Norris of retirement. He kicks ass. You know? I think you should have a conversation with him. I make Chris the expert. And guys, also, here's another thing. I don't know if you know this, but like you're able to save Chris's schedule on your phone. Did y'all know that? Yeah. Like if you just go to BAM and you have an iPhone, I don't know if you have an Android, I don't know how to help you. But just press, put it into my screens, you know, add to screens, and that's it. And then I just ask them, hey, what day works better? I usually book my appointments the next day that I'm out there. So if I'm running appointments Tuesday, Wednesday, I book it for either Friday or Saturday. Does that make sense? But learn how to edify that. Like, it's just very simple, guys. You can do it too. It's not just me. I told you my story because I want you to know I'm not perfect. See what I'm saying? I got a burrito problem. You might have health problems. I got a burrito and taco problems, man. We all got problems. But it's what you do that matters. It's very simple. I don't know what else to say. That's very simple. That's all I do. You know what I mean? Hey, guys, I hope this helps. God bless you. My time is up. Take care.